Welcome to the Sandro channel. Make sure that you subscribe.
Hi folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans, and today we have a very Canadian-centric video for you guys. As you guys know, I'm from Canada, and a bunch of you guys in my Discord are actually from America. As soon as you heard this news, you non-stop posted this, so I'm going to be thanking all of you guys who sent me this, Anthony Garcia, Jolly Dark, Gabe, everyone who sent me this. I know a bunch of you guys separately sent me this privately and were like, Sandro, you got to do a video about Teletoon. Yes, I'm here. We're doing the video, folks. Here it is. We're on the Cartoon Brew. This is sad. My God. I didn't get a good look at the picture, but now this is a tombstone. Oh my God. Yeah, it's over after 25 years. What a sad time. The Pokemon series is ending. Like, oh my God. Why is it, Arthur just ended after like 25 years. That just ended like a year or two ago. I mean, I personally never really liked Arthur. Like the first couple seasons were really good, but it got really woke and it went really weird towards the end there. And yeah, so I wasn't a big fan, like a super fan of Arthur, but I did enjoy the earlier seasons, especially as a kid. But yeah, a lot of shows after like 25 years, they're just coming to an end abruptly. This isn't a show though. This is an entire, Canadian television channel. Or is it a network? Yeah, it is a network, right? Yeah, Teletoon. Usually it's just the Teletoon channel. Yeah. This channel was huge if you were in Canada. It was the go-to place to watch shows like, what was it? Oh my God, I almost forgot that. Total Drama Island. And there was another great show on there called The Detentionaire, which was also a really good show. I know a lot of people haven't seen The Detentionaire, but it was secretly really good. You guys should go watch that if you ever get a chance. Although I think it left on a cliffhanger and it never really had a real conclusion, which is a shame. But yeah, great show. But most fans will remember stuff like, Total Drama Island and the various spin-offs like, Total Drama World Tour and everything. That was the big Teletoon draw for a lot of people. And Teletoon was just a place where you could watch a lot of like weird Canadian cartoons you wouldn't really see everywhere else, right? So yeah, weirdly enough, I can't think of a lot of them off the top of my head, but they did have a lot of the stuff that you would see on Cartoon Network, right? Back when I was a kid, I had a satellite dish. I would go to Teletoon. I'd see like certain shows on there that were specifically Canadian. And then I'd go to Cartoon Network and I'd be like, oh, Total Drama's on there too. Why don't I just watch the Cartoon Network? And it feels like a lot of people felt the same way here because after 25 years, Canada is ending the Teletoon channel. It will rebrand as Cartoon Network. So a lot of people were like, yeah, Teletoon basically is Cartoon Network. So they just went for the name rebrand here. And this has been happening a lot in Canada recently. The biggest example I could give you guys, in my hometown, for decades, we had an EB Games. It was called EB Games. That's what the sort of Canadian version of GameStop is called, right? You guys know GameStop, where it was the Game Stonks and everyone was taking the stock to the moon. Yes, GameStop. Here in Canada was known as EB Games for a very long time. Then just like a year ago, out of nowhere, they just changed it to a GameStop. No longer EB Games. And we've been seeing a lot of changes like this all throughout Canada, so it's getting wacky. America's invading, my God. Yes, so yeah, a lot of changes. Let's read a little bit from Cartoon Brew. After a 25-year run, Canada's only dedicated linear cartoon channel, Teletoon, will stop broadcasting on March 26th. That's kind of sad. Like, oh my God, we're a country of like 40 million people. There's almost like 40 million people here in Canada. And yeah, we only have one dedicated cartoon channel, and now it's gone. Now it's just Cartoon My God. So it's going to end on March 26th. So we got like a month left. Now, I have cut the cord. My family has cut the cord. We're no longer, paying for television. It was too expensive anyways. I feel like everyone around me cut their cable, and they ended up going on to their internet package, right? Everybody just got unlimited internet so you could watch whatever. So yeah, and of course everyone moved over to streaming services like Netflix or whatever, Disney Plus, HBO Max. So a lot of people have been cutting the cord, and maybe this is like a sad attempt to get people back to watching TV. I don't know, but Chorus Entertainment in Canada announced yesterday that will rebrand 2 of its linear TV kids channels, with the existing network Teletoon set to become Cartoon Network beginning March 27th, and the current Cartoon Network rebrand as Boomerang. So that's really weird. So yeah, the weird thing is like we already had a Cartoon Network, so that's the Cartoon Network we already have is going to become Boomerang, and then Teletoon is going to become Cartoon Network. This is so confusing. Why didn't they just make Teletoon into Boomerang and make the Cartoon Network channel that we already have into the Cartoon Network channel? What the hell is going on here? I have no, these people, man, these people, there's some nutty people out there. According to Chorus, the changes are part of a larger plan to shake it up with kids and its family offerings in Canada. Okay, so they really are desperate to get people to watch TV again. They're trying to shake it up, they say. And I guess the Cartoon Network is a much more recognizable brand name. If I asked my viewers, do you know what Teletoon is? Most of you guys don't know. You know, most of you guys, honest to God, I even have viewers from Australia and a couple people from New Zealand even. I don't know who those viewers are, but apparently I have some people from New Zealand, and I don't think these people know what Teletoon is. So yeah, it made sense on a global scale just to be, if somebody from Australia or wherever moved to Canada, instead of being like, what's a Teletoon? They could just be like, oh, it's Cartoon Network, just like back at home, right? So yeah, I guess it just made sense, I suppose. The company recently launched Teletoon Plus. I did a video on this. That's right. They made a thing called Teletoon Plus, a multi-platform streaming service aimed at young adults. So is that shutting down then? Because are they changing the name to Cartoon Network Plus? I don't know. I'm so confused. The streaming service will continue in its current form. Oh, they're going to keep it. Okay, I should have read. I should have just kept reading. Keeping the Teletoon name and brand alive after the network rebranding. That's so... What a confusing... So wait a minute. You're killing Teletoon, renaming it to Cartoon Network, but also you're going to keep Teletoon Plus? I am so confused. What the fuck is this shit? Yeah, they're really shaking it up for the kids. They're confusing the shit out of them alongside the adults. Really shaking it up here, folks. My God. Jennifer Abrams, SVP Programming and Multi-Platforms at Chorus, explained in a release, staying true to our loyal fans across generations has been our top priority as we reimagine the future of our kids' networks. And this has been sad. Honestly, like, they are staying loyal. What they're doing is they're taking the shows that we grew up with, right? Perfect example, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends and Tom and Jerry. And they take these shows that we loved as kids and they're making them into preschool shows. They literally took Tom and Jerry and made them into, what is it called? Tom and Jerry Time, where they're little like babies or children. And then the same thing, Foster's Home is getting a reboot that's aimed at preschoolers and will not feature any of the original cast from the, maybe Madame Foster, maybe Frankie. You know, Frankie and Madame Foster might be in there with Mr. Harrington, which was her imaginary friend. Those characters might be in there, but like Mac and Blue and like all your fanfare, Eduardo and Coco, those characters are seemingly going to be pushed to the wayside as they bring in a brand new group of imaginary friends for preschoolers. And it's like, yeah, they're being loyal to the fans of the past generations, but like, aren't they, like, why not make something new and fresh instead of just making all of your old IP kiddified for preschoolers? They did this with Teen Titans also. We had the original Teen Titans aimed at teenagers, obviously, as the name implies. And they made that Teen Titans Go. I just hate you guys know I can't stand Teen Titans Go. Get that shit out of here. I can't stand that show. Like, when it first came out, I was like, okay, you know, it's an interesting idea. But then it started to attack the fans, and then I was like, no, this show is actually trash. So that's just my thoughts there. Let's keep going. Before I go on a rampage about Teen Titans Go, let's just keep moving on. So they're reimagining the future of our kids' networks by literally just making preschool shows out of all their existing franchises. Really a shame. By partnering with Warner Bros. Discovery Inc. and strengthening our portfolio across brands and linear platforms, we will usher in Cartoon Network into a new stage of hilarious comedy and edge-of-year set action, all while keeping the Teletoon legacy alive in the digital space. And then it says here, the new Cartoon Network, formerly named Teletoon, will air shows from Cartoon Network Studios, Warner Bros. Animation, and Course own company, Nelvana, which if you're in Canada, you definitely know Nelvana. You must have seen their logo like a million times as a kid. Key titles set to air in Canada's new Cartoon Network include Total Drama Rama. Again, they took Total Drama and they made this shitty ass little kids show of it. And I tried watching it. I'm just not a fan. Teen Titans Go. We were just talking about how crap that show is. And The Amazing World of Gumball. Yeah. And the movie, I just did a video talking about how the movie's still in development. Just like a few minutes before I recorded this one. And DC Superhero Girls. I've never really been a fan of that show. It's more aimed for girls of the younger demographic. But yeah, so none of those are really big draws for me personally. Canada's current version of Cartoon Network will be rebranded as Boomerang, which is just so confusing. Much like the Boomerang networks that are already airing in other parts of the world, it will carry a catalog of content based on established properties such as the Tom and Jerry Show. Again, this is a show that is getting a preschool version of it. I think it's already out, right? Tom and Jerry Time is already out. The Powerpuff Girls, which I think that's the original Powerpuff Girls, right? I'm assuming, right? Because it's Boomerang. They usually show some of the older shows. So I'm assuming this is the original Powerpuff Girls. But Jellystone, that's a new show, though. Yeah, Jellystone is kind of newish. That's interesting. I wonder if this is the Powerpuff Girls 2016 or if this is the original. Not sure. Honestly, the Powerpuff Girl, I think it's the original, right? Wasn't the Powerpuff Girls just called that, the first one? And the Total Drama Island, of course, the original Total Drama Island, which is getting a reboot, which is pretty good. It looks good. I already talked about some of the cast members in a different video. And then we see Drew Robson says the combination of Cartoon Network and Boomerang delivers the best and fun, exciting animated series mixed in with robust video on demand offering for young kids and tweens alike. And that's the end of it. So yeah, Teletoon on the Tombstone. The Tombstone tune. I know. Okay, that doesn't work. The Teletombstone. There we go. That's what I was looking for. It's over. Yeah, Teletoon 25, RIP. I'll give it 25 years. That's a long time. I'm 30, it's been around almost as long as I have. I'll give it the RIP. I'll give it the salute there. So yeah, rest in peace, Teletoon, which is going to survive as Teletoon Plus, which is going to have a bunch of catalog from HBO Max. You guys know that David Zaslav cut a lot of the shows and took them off the platform. And a bunch of shows like Infinity Train and stuff were moved to Teletoon Plus here in Canada for like no reason. Yeah. I don't know why, but yeah, a bunch of the HBO Max catalog that was written off for taxes got pushed over to like Teletoon Plus. So it's kind of weird. But yeah, that's the end of the video, folks. I'll give it a salute one last time. We had a good run, Teletoon. We had a really great run, and now it's over. Now it's Cartoon Network, but honestly, guys, I cut the cord years ago, and I haven't watched cable in some time, and this doesn't really affect me in any way. I want to hear you guys. I know I have other Canadian viewers out there. Are you guys like saddened by this? Are you confused? I'm a little bit confused because the Cartoon Network we already have is becoming Boomerang. Why didn't they just take our Cartoon Network currently and just change that into the Cartoon Network, because it was already called that anyway, right? I'm just confused. Why not make Teletoon the Boomerang? It's just weird. It's weird. Okay, I'm gonna end the video. I want to hear all your thoughts about this wacky, bizarre change here in the comments down below. They claim it's because they want to do a shakeup for the kids. I don't know. I want to hear your theories on this one. Let me know in the comment section down below. And please like the video. Please share the video. Please subscribe. And why not watch an ad for your boy Sandro? Thank you guys so much. Peace out. Bye-bye. And have a great day. Bye-bye. Peace out.